If you notice the GPU temperature at the top left is climbing, 56, 57, 58, top left corner, 58, 57. It's kind of balancing out. Starting this video. Yeah, you got your host is the sissy. I'm the sissy. It's running hotter than normal. Normally my CPU doesn't, not CPU, GPU doesn't run at this temperature, but I'm recording with Shadow Play, GeForce, and it's doing a lot of things at the same time. I normally run around 47 in this game, but I've added a few things to this game. I'll show you here. I got hypertubes to the basement. These tubes, this is kind of weird looking. I just did it just for the fun of it. So if I want to get downstairs, instead of walking down the stairs, I can take a hypertube, which is like a transport system. It's kind of like one of those air tubes at the bank when you're out by the drive-through and you want to do your transactions. We can send ourselves through these hypertubes in this game of Satisfactory, and we're going to have a little bit of fun. And plus, we got this little vehicle here, which is pretty cool. You can ride this thing, and we'll take a ride on that too. We'll do a hypertube to the basement, to the building, inside the building first. So you can jump up and get sucked into this tube. It drops you out over here. That was kind of a quick ride. Then we're going to do a hypertube to the basement. That's an output. Here's an input. This is a real quick ride. Bloop. So here we are, down in the basement. There's our feet. So now we're down in the basement. We need to get back up. The entrance is back on this hypertube here. Going back up. So we got to get to it. So we take a ride through here. It's like a suction. Spits us out over here. By the way, the other day I was mentioning you could slide under stuff. So if you want to slide underneath I don't know if you can slide under the hypertube. Let me try. Oh yeah, we could. So you could slide under something like that, which is pretty cool. I did add a few machines down in the basement. I'll show you the view. And then I did brighten it up down here too. Extra lighting. And you can see all the way through to the bottom level of this particular input where it's feeding material in. Hey, you know what? The lighting isn't working right. You know what? Let me see something here. Need to add some lighting in because you know what? I'm not seeing all the way down there like I am on this side. See how it's lit up red? Well, I really won't worry about that right now, but I could. But and I did add some more polycarbonate floors into the system as well, so we can see down there. But anyway, we're down in the basement, so I kind of lost track of where I was at. So let's go back up on the first floor here. I lose it my track, well, my train of thought, as they say. See, I added this hypertube. Now this is going to be the end of where we're going to come on the long run. We're going to take a long hypertube run. And that's going to be the end of it. You see down in the basement here, I've added some machines in. So when we come back, we're going to ride on this long tube here. We're going to end up, this will be the end of the run. So here we are over here. Just so you know what we look like as a person, let's get in this little thing. Okay, now we can drive this around. Now, in order to see myself better, it seems to help if I drive into something. If I get up against something, there, you can see how we look. We're just driving this thing. I think it works better if you back into something. It's not letting me get up close. There we are. That's how we look as a person. And this window stays open. And we also have a little light we can put on top. So we can start driving around in this thing. Through the warehouse, through the factories. We can go outside too. But anyway, let's go back in and take it over here. You can crash this thing too. You can really get going. It's little factory cart. Watch, I'm going to slam into the wall. Alright, so I'm going to jump out. I'm going to take the little thing off of it. I'm just going to get out. Alright, now let's do our hypertube to the basement again. We'll do this right now. Boom! Let's take this hypertube over. Whee! Oh, that was fun. Alright, so now we're going to take this hypertube here. This one goes back up to the first floor. See, we're like sucking through the tube here. Whee! That was a good one. And then for the sake of the video, I kept all the entrances mostly close to this area in the game here. So we're going to take this, that's the one into the building. Now this one over here is going to be the long one. This is the input. See the suction? Now I guess there's a way to put 2 entrances or more to get more velocity, but if you go too fast, you miss everything. All right, we're going to go in this tube here, and we're going to come out of this one. So we're going to take a little journey around this place here. Let's go for a little ride by the trains. You know what I forgot to do? Forgot to turn on the music. And we're going to go down below over here. You can see where it goes down. And back up. Since we're in the tube, we're not going to be able to hear what's going on. Because we're like in an air tunnel. Now we're going to go into the other building. We're going to come around here. Kind of a long ride. By some of these machines. We're going to go through the particle accelerator. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to put the pipe through there, but it took it. Then we're going to come up to the main building, go through it, and then we'll come out the other side, and that'll be the end of it. Well, that was fun. I'm getting some audio, strange audio sounds in this game. This game seems to screw up my audio a little bit. Hear that like cracking sound? Well, they got a lot of bugs to fix in this game anyway. You know, this game came out in 2019 and they're still screwing with it. Today's date is, let's see, the 21st of June. So if I do go to hit escape, I can play any other game and nothing happens wrong with the audio. Just this one. So if I go to audio and I go to music, normally I play without the music. Anyways, now this is what I added in from the other day when I had something. This is the part that I added in. I added in this machine over here. Let's see. This one I added in. This machine it's making AI limiters. It's using copper sheets and quick wire. Getting all that crackling in the audio. This is where a lot of people call in. And you know, this is where I forgot. There's another layer, but there's actually 3 layers to this one. There's an up, well, actually 4. There's a way up there. And then there's this level. Then there's this level. And then there's the one below me, which is down there. And I did not put in the lightings down there. See how this is lit up below us? But this side is not. So let's go down there. Let's blow a hole in the floor right here. Let's drop down and see why the light is lit. You know what I think the problem is? It's where it's placed. It's placed partially up inside. See how this one's lighting it up? That one's not. See, I see that. I see the problem. So we need to delete this light. Delete it. And we need to put the light back in, except ceiling light. Go for number 2 to the light. See, that's better. Then we need to go from number 2 from here over to this one. Now that one's red. Then we need to go to the machine itself and say, hey, we want, there's different colors. We're going to go yellow. We're going to go red. Come back out. See, now they're lit up. All right. So that's where our problem was at. Now I got my flashlight. I can find the hole in the floor I made. I don't remember where I made it. Listen to that crackling. I don't know where it is. Turn my flashlight off. Now if you go outside, that doesn't matter anymore. At least I figured out what it was. See, this is just below where all the goods come in. I added all the pillars in, supports for this structure. You see all the supports are in now. And I put some in way over here too. I did quite a bit of, listen to that audio crackling. You know what it does? This audio crackling, not only does it mess up in the game, once I get done and I quit the game and I get out, it messes with that audio on the regular computer just as well. So it's like corrupting the audio. See all the supports I put in for it. Makes it look better. Makes it look more realistic rather than just having this stuff hanging in midair. And over here I used concrete. Put some concrete slabs in to hold this one up with a big support. That support's good. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and end the video. It's coming up on about 18 minutes, so. Now there's the particle accelerator. I'm going to go ahead and end it. Later!